Hey, is this thing on? Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to improve your self-image. Your self-image is the picture that you have of yourself in your mind. It's the way that you perceive yourself and also what you consider to be true about yourself. And it's really important to make steps toward improving your self-image because it's directly related to your self-confidence, your self-assurance, and most importantly, your self-love. It can be very difficult to have a positive self-image if you do not know yourself. Once you start putting in the effort to get to know who you are, that is going to make huge changes in your life. You will start to appreciate yourself more and to also know your self-worth, which then is going to also transfer to other areas of your life, such as career, friendships, and relationships. Even your goal setting, your intention setting, your mindset about who you are, what you're capable of, and what you can achieve is going to improve once you improve your self-image. In order to do so, it's very vital that you spend time asking yourself questions. Now, these can be simple questions such as, what type of vacation do I prefer to go on? Do I like the beach? Do I like the mountains? Do I like more historical trips? Or things that are a bit more in depth, such as, why do I react this way to change? Or why do I respond to challenges in my life in this way? It's so helpful to ask yourself those questions because you can honestly assess where you are, start to know yourself better, and then once you know who you are, you can work toward improving your self-image. Now, of course, if you're like, I don't even know where to get these questions answered, you can find so many resources, which we're going to talk about a little bit later in the video as well. But I definitely wanted to mention this was a huge inspiration for me in the process of creating my workbook. I had one for children already, and I was like, I want to make something for adults, but I really want it to be meaningful. So what I created was to help people embark on a journey of self-discovery, and a big portion of that is through prompted journal entries. I know writing is not necessarily for everyone, but there are other ways that you can express yourself and start to answer questions in ways, and even if you're someone who really likes art, you can draw out the answers to those questions, or if you like to create content, you can start creating content as an outlet in order to really go through the process and the journey of self-discovery. I feel like there are so many outside factors that can impact the way that we think, our perspective, the way that we act, and just carry ourselves in general, because we have all this noise going on around us. It can be very challenging to eliminate all of that and just focus in on who we are as individuals, which is that picture inside our self-image. You have to take a moment to stop and think about what you want, what you believe, what your goals are, what motivates you, and what creating a beautiful dream life really looks like for yourself without all the outside noise. Because once you improve your self-image, you're going to also be able to know what you deserve and work toward that. And of course, this is something that is probably going to take some time. It is a journey. If you have a negative self-image, you're not just gonna wake up after reading one book or writing one journal prompt and all of a sudden feel better. But commit to yourself, commit that time, because the benefit is going to be even greater than anything that you have experienced before. And when you're thinking like, this is time consuming, I don't want to continue to put forth the effort, I'm not seeing progress, think back to the alternative. If you have a negative self-image, then you're probably going to allow yourself to stay in situations that are not benefiting you or no longer serving you way longer than you should have. Whether that is a career where you're not being appreciated and valued, or you don't have opportunities for growth, or that's friendships with people who are starting to use you or feel like they can mistreat you, and you're going to be fine with it because you're always fine with it, and that's just how our friendship works. Or a friendship where you feel like you are giving so much of yourself and the other person is only taking and draining you and not adding any value to your life. You're not going to notice those things if you don't view yourself in a positive way. And this is especially true in relationships. So many people accept way less than they deserve in a relationship simply because They haven't taken a moment to figure out what their worth is, what they do deserve, grow their appreciation for themselves, and improve their self-image. With relationships, there is no reason that you should ever spend your time with someone who is making you feel like you are less than a whole person or making you feel bad for being who you truly are. And that's also an important piece of improving your self-image, is knowing that you are whole on your own. You are not searching for a missing piece or looking for someone else to complete you. You're already complete, you're already whole, and you are already the most amazing and unique and individualized person that you have built for yourself. And you are already enough, more than enough. So there is no need to just have someone there for the sake of being in a relationship with someone. This person needs to enhance your life, add value, increase the joy that you already feel. Not bring you joy, increase your joy. And so when you're thinking about relationships from the perspective of having a positive self-image, it's going to be so much easier for you to avoid even entertaining anyone that is not going to be the best possible partner for you. You're gonna be able to have the space and the freedom and the confidence and the assurance to make sure that if you do choose to have a relationship with someone and to share your time and your life with someone else, that that person is there to support and build upon the foundation that you have already set for yourself. So to kind of summarize everything and make it easier as you are going on your journey of self-improvement and improving your self-image, I wanted to share just a few steps that you can take to start improving your self-image today. The first thing that you have to do is start with an evaluation. Be very honest as you are assessing how you feel about yourself. And I feel like this can definitely be a scary process to go through, because you have to sit down, speak with yourself, and really just honestly share how you feel, the challenges that you're facing, what you actually want, things that you wish you could change, things that you hope to be different in the future. Take a moment to honestly look at your life, write down where you are now and where you would like to be. Then you have to actually do the work. So you need to first make sure you're eliminating comparison. I feel like we hear this really often because it is so true. If you are constantly comparing yourself, how are you ever going to feel like you are the best version of yourself? How are you ever going to improve your self-image if you're constantly worried about what everyone else is doing? And I feel like in general, there's this idea in society of comparison. Even now, like, we're trying to work toward pushing comparison out, but it's so subtle in so many ways. I remember there was like a show that I would watch when I was younger, and it was like who wore it better, or sometimes on the tabloids they have people in the same dress or similar outfits, and seeing those things and hearing those things sets you up for adopting a mindset of comparison. Even in school, like sometimes in the way that educators celebrate some students, then it can make other students feel worse about themselves, and they can get into this comparison trap that spills over into other areas of their life. So in addition to eliminating this comparison mindset, you also have to identify what needs to change. So for example, if you feel like a major factor that's impacting your self-image is your self-talk, okay, then what changes can you make about how you speak to yourself? Can you have a thought bank in mind where you can switch your thoughts over to something positive or something that's going to distract you in a positive, healthy way, instead of going straight to negative? When you look in the mirror, is your first inclination to look for what's wrong, or is your first inclination to look for something to celebrate that you love about yourself? Figure out what those changes are, and then now you can research and find your resources to help you in those areas. Now, of course, there are a ton of resources that are paid services like life coaching and therapy, and they are so beneficial because you have that support system built in right there walking with you hand in hand. But also, monetary restraints should never be a reason that you are not utilizing resources that can help you to grow and improve your self-image. There are so many free tools available. You just have to take advantage of them. A lot of books are available. Most people think about purchasing a book, ordering a book online, but you can actually go to the public library, check out different books that are going to be helpful for you on your journey to improving your self-image. You can also use free resources like YouTube videos, like self-improvement that I share here on my channel, different podcasts, and also Pinterest has so many different lists about prompts that you can do for self-discovery, for improving your self-image, to enhancing your confidence. The resources are out there. You just have to put forth the effort to look for them and continue working toward making progress in your life. And in order to do that, you have to create a plan. So after you figure out, okay, these are the changes that I want to make, I learned some things from these resources about how I can implement those changes, now I just need to actually do it. So when you're creating this plan, make sure that it's something reasonable, something sustainable. Simple things that you can do every single day that are going to continue to build upon that foundation and enhance or improve your self-image. And finally, just finish up with tracking your progress and celebrating your wins no matter how small they are. Even, let's say, go back to the example of speaking to yourself in a more positive manner. If you're like, you know what? I just realized today I did not have negative thoughts about myself. I did not engage in negative self-talk. That's pretty great. That is progress. I should be proud of myself and I should celebrate myself. It's very interesting because often when we ask people, oh, how did you celebrate when they've reached a milestone? They're like, oh, I didn't do anything. And we can get into this mentality that like, just because we haven't reached that final place yet, there's nothing to celebrate. But doing the work, creating the plan, making the small step, all of those things are admirable, all of those things are beautiful, and all of those things deserve to be celebrated. So as you're building this positive self-image, take a moment to celebrate the progress that you've made along the way, how far you've come, and also look forward to how far you have to go and the amazing work and effort that you're gonna put in to make sure that you can get there. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at Affirmations with Amber.